Jake Morris, Sebastian Bergeron, and Chris Cameron steps across the boards. Aaron Barkley and Jason Labarge will be starting at the points. Doug Cullen in the net for Massena. It's Robbie Parcells' line for Canton. Mike Bush on the left side. John Fay on the right side. On defense, we've got Coakley out there along with Dan Jacobs. And we're underway. Puck in the Massena zone. Jason Labarge flips to Barkley. Barkley bounces it, gets it out to center ice. Not quite. Now it slides all the way back in the Canton zone. And, of course, Tommy Bissell, the fine Canton goaltender, in the pipes. Puck in the corner now after Bergeron. He tried to center, hit the net with it, and it was Bissell poking it in the corner. Now it's Bergeron again, trying to step by the check, has it poke checked away by Robbie Parcell. And the puck squirts free to Jake Morris. The shot, he gets the save, the rebound back to the point, now to center ice. So Massena with a first chance, and Tommy Bissell makes the save on Jake Morris. A fairly close-in shot. Barkley, headman to Chris Cameron. Cameron back to Barkley. Barkley has it poked away, tries to stay with it. Now Cameron poke checks it in the Canton zone. Massena's going to make a line change as the Jason Chilton line comes out there. Chilton with Adam Morris on one wing and Bobby Whitcup on the other wing. The puck dumped in the Canton zone. Racing after it is Thad Green, the Canton defenseman. He rides it around the boards. It goes to Danny Bullock. Bullock moves it out to center ice. Todd Collins is there for the Raiders. Dumping back in the Canton zone. Green for the Golden Bears. Green left side of the crease. Has it poke checked away by Morris. Centering pass right in the slot. And Whitcup couldn't get the shot off. Follows it in the corner and dumps it in behind the net. Morris digging in the corner after it. Along with Chris Appleknapp. Appleknapp and Morris. They jam for it. And the puck finally comes free to Brian Wallace, the Canton defenseman. He'll move it out left side. Here's Wallace poke checking it to center ice. Collins is there. We have a whistle. And we got our first penalty of the game. And it's going to go against Adam Morris from Massena for hooking.
A hooking call, and the Bears are going to go on the power play, and they have an excellent power play. We talked before at the first game of the year against, I believe, OFA, Jerry. They scored 3 shorthanded goals in the space of about a minute and 20 seconds. A lot of intensity right here in the first 2 minutes of this hockey game. The Raiders trying to capitalize. I think their task is to get in on top of this Canton defense and put all kinds of pressure on them. They feel that might be their Achilles heel.
Off the face-off, we've got Morris and Cameron out there to try to kill Barkley and Labarge for the Golden Bears. We'll pick it up. We've got Parcell out there along with John Fay and Mike Bushaw. And they've got the regular first line. Barkley with the puck now dumps it in the Canton zone. Back at the points, Brian Coakley for one. And let's see here, who's the other Canton point man? We'll pick him up in a moment. Puck in behind the net now as Parcells. Oh, check that. That's Coakley moving it out. Long headman pass to the Massena line. Barkley is there to pick it up and lift it back out to center ice to the Canton zone. Coakley again flips in the Massena zone. That ought to be an icing call. It is. And the face-off will move back in Canton zone. Green, the other defenseman for the Golden Bears. We're just underway here. 0-0. Massena already in the penalty box. Adam Morris for hooking. And we have 55 seconds left in the man advantage for the Golden Bears.
Again, one of the bugaboos that the Raiders are trying to wrinkle out, Jerry. They lead the league, I believe, in penalty minutes. Coming into tonight's game, they had 222 minutes in penalties, and I think that works out about 18 and a half minutes per game, and that's much too high as they go on down the road. They certainly have to reduce that number.
Chilton wins the draw, and the shot by Collins goes up over the glass and into the wall. They'll move the face-off outside Canton territory. We've got Trevor Cameron out there now with Jason Chilton to try to kill it off. Todd Collins and Brian Levac.
One thing you'll see the Raiders, maybe not with a man down, but when they're even strength or a power, they're going to try to screen young Tommy Bissell, get a lot of traffic in front because he's a very aggressive goaltender. Another thing they might want to do is fake that slap shot, and he has a tendency to really come out and challenge you, and that you might be able to go around him.
Face-off will come as Parcell stays out there for the draw against Chilton. Chilton trying to move it along the boards. It's poked away and out to center ice to the Massena line. Trevor Cameron is there, turns around, flips it back to the Canton line, picked up by Coakley. Here's Coakley over on the other side for Green. Green long headman pass intercepted. Now Collins loses it in the zone. Here's a chance for Bullock right in front. It's knocked down and Cullen blocks it. And we have a whistle, and apparently the official lost sight of the puck, so we'll face it off in the Massena zone.
Good job by Dougie Cullen. He played the shooter, and he let his defensive combination take the trailing man, and he just came out and challenged Danny Bullock on that, and Danny let one go from about the just about the dot to the right of Dougie Cullen, but it was didn't have much to shoot at, and Dougie came out and cut the angle and had it taped all the way.
Off the face-off, Bergeron wins it. He's out with Whitcup. Oh, boy, what a check on Bergeron. He goes down hard. But he gets back up again, and the puck backhanded into the Massena zone. Bobby Whitcup after it. Whitcup flips it Aaron Barkley. Barkley dumps it out to center ice. Dump right back to the Massena line. Barkley again. Bergeron gets upended one more time. 9 seconds left in the penalty. Barkley ahead to Adam, or no, that's not Morris, that's Labarge. Morris is in the penalty box, and Labarge dumps it down, and that'll take care of the penalty right there as we're back to even strength, as Massena killed it off quite effectively. Here comes Bullock now from center ice, dumps it in the Massena zone. Labarge wraps it around the boards. Whitcup chasing it in the corner, over skates. The puck kicked back into the corner by the Golden Bears. Aaron Barkley with it now. Barkley comes from left to right, moves it out along the boards, trying to get it to Bergeron. The puck kicks free. Here's an opportunity for Chris Applenap, but it's taken off his stick by Bobby Whitcup. And Whitcup trying to move it out, kept in there again. Now Bergeron picks up the loose puck, pokes it to the blue line, but not out. It's dumped into the open corner by Applenap again. Racing for it there is Geddes. Geddes looks to center, poke checked away from him, comes to Green at the point for the Golden Bears. In the corner now, hard check thrown. The puck comes free. Trevor Cameron wraps it around the boards and finally gets it ahead to Adam Morris. Morris flips it down the ice. That'll be an icing against Massena, and we'll have a face-off inside Massena territory. A little bit of pressure there by the Golden Bears.
Good pressure by the Bears. They caught the Raiders leaving the zone before they were sure they were going to get the breakout pass, and when that happens, you're down a man, and when you're really not down a man, one of the Raiders was breaking out of the zone. But a great open ice check right at center ice just before that by number 2, Brian Coakley. He really put a lick on Sebastian Bergeron. He got Sebastian with his head down, and he hit him with a clean hip check right here at center ice, and that was a real cruncher.
Trevor Cameron out there now. Here's a quick shot. Good save by Cullen right off the faceoff as Mike Bushaw got it off. Here comes Massena's Mark Tayo. Tayo gets knocked off the puck, and we're going to have a penalty on the Golden Bears for tripping, and the Massena power play will come out.
It might be Dan Jacob going to the box. We'll find out, but it is going to be a tripping call on the Bears. We'll see. I think it's going to be number 4, Dan Jacob, that's going to get the gate. You mentioned Mike Bushaw. That's Gary's son. Gary teaches here in Massena, former high school basketball coach here, and he's only a freshman, and he's really going to be a good one.
I guess so. The Massena power play, their regular first unit, Jake Morris, Sebastian Bergeron, and Chris Cameron. Aaron Barkley playing 1 point, Jason Labarge. Here comes Jake across the blue line. He's got Cameron with him. Morris now crosses it. Labarge, he winds it. His shot. Save made as Bassell comes way out of the net. Now the puck cleared along the boards by Bushaw, or Bullock rather. No, that's Parcells, excuse me. Parcells now does a shift, gets a shot off. He fires it wide, and Jake Morris picks up the puck in the Massena zone. Here comes Morris leaving for Trev Cameron. Back to Jake, too far. Comes back to Coakley. He dumps it right back in the Massena zone. In behind the net, Aaron Barkley picking up the loose puck. Feeds it to Chris Cameron. Cameron, long headman pass from Morris. It gets by him. That'll be an icing call on Massena. And Jake reached for it, but couldn't quite get the stick on it.
We mentioned how Tommy Bassell was so aggressive, and that was a case in point right there, Jerry. Raiders on the power play, and Jason Labarge stepped down from the point, and as he wound up, Tommy Bassell came out to the edge of the circle. What you've got to do sometime, take a look, fake that shot, and then spot a guy standing down just off the crease, because he is aggressive, he will challenge, and sometimes he's a little too aggressive.
We played nearly 5 minutes, no score in the hockey game on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. We're in the first period as Massena with a power play. Here comes the Raiders' Chilton to Whitcup. Whitcup offsides, but it doesn't get across. And now it's in the zone and dumped down the ice by the Golden Bears. Puck wrapping around the boards. Racing for it there is Eddie Fay in behind the net. Comes back to the blue line and out to center ice, but it's controlled by the Bears, Brian Wallace. Wallace flips it ahead for Danny Bullock. He takes it across, winds up. His shot goes off a leg. Brian Levac collars it, feeds it ahead to Whitcup. Whitcup trying to go to Chilton, now to Adam Morris. Morris over skates, and the puck dumped back in the Massena zone by the Golden Bears. Brian Levac back after it for the Raiders. Here's Levac now, moving it out to center ice. Long headman pass, nobody there. The puck comes to Coakley, he ices it, and they waved it off for some reason. The puck comes to Adam Morris. Morris drops it for Levac. Levac moving it along the boards, dumped back in the zone. It comes to Todd Collins. Collins in behind his net. Here's Collins. Kind of falls down. The puck picked up by Carew Geddes back to the point, but it's poked away and out to center ice. Here comes Adam Morris with it. Busting in the zone, trying to get by the D. He does somehow. Morris shot. Bassell makes the save. The rebound in front. Morris jams at it. Bassell covers up. And we'll have a face-off. And Morris just got railed by Coakley. And I think there's going to be a penalty.
Great individual effort by Adam Morris. He took that breaking out of his own end, busted up the blue line, went between 2 Canton defenders. And initially the check was okay, but Canton persisted and stayed with them after a whistle, a little late hit, so they are going to go to the box. But a great job by Adam Morris. And on the other side of the coin, that Brian Coakley, he likes to hit. He committed down here at the blue line, offensive blue line, and he put a lick on the Raider player, but he created a 2-on-1 situation at the other end.
Jake Morris out there with Sebastian Bergeron and Chris Cameron. Aaron Barkley and Jason Labarge face off Canton zone. Parcell out to take the face off and try to kill it for the Bears. Off the draw, Morris controls, back to Barkley. He winds, his shot, right on, nice save. The rebound sits in the slot, back to the point. Barkley goes to Jake. Morris has got Cameron deflected just wide, and that's what they tried to do right there, get Cameron in behind the goalie. They almost did. Here's Bergeron trying to leave it for Labarge. The puck bounces into the slot. Bergeron overskates, and the Bears dump it down the ice in the Massena zone. Oh, Massena almost got one if Cameron had gotten a stick on it, as he was behind the goaltender. Now Massena breaks out again. Sebastian Bergeron. Cross-ice pass goes off a leg. Bounces into the Canton zone, back out to center ice. Chris Cameron. Here's Cameron to Jake Morris. Morris dumps it in the corner. In behind the net now is Jason Robert. He wraps it around the boards. Barkley keeps it in at the point. Here's Barkley. Feeds Morris at the 45. Jake, top of the circle now. Left-sided goalie. Goes to Cameron. Back to Morris in front. Deflected in. No, they wave it off. The red light came on. They waved it off. Morris again. Drops it in the corner. And we got a man in the goal.
Everybody in the place, including the goal judge, thought that one was in. It was a good give and go. The Raiders worked the overload. Chris Cameron in the corner to the left of Tommy Bissell. Jake Morris gave him the puck. Jake was standing on the dot, gave him the puck and broke between the seam, between the two Canton players, and Chris Cameron put it right on his stick, and Jake one-timed it. And from here, it looked like it was going to that top corner, but it either hit the post or Tommy Bissell got his pad on it or his top of his stick. The light went on, but the puck did not go in the net.
7:58 left first period on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, 0-0. Massena Canton. Chilton's line out now. Chilton, Whitcup, and Adam Morris. Comes to Levac. He dumps to an open wing. Into the zone, high in the air. We have a whistle, and I think they call an offside on Massena.
I'll tell you, Jerry, am I imagining things, or is this place rocking?
This place is rocking, yeah.
We still have 7:53 left in the first period. No score, and this place is really going wild. And both these clubs playing like number one in the state ranking.
Here's Todd Collins with it. Backhands it in the Canton zone. About 20 seconds left in the Massena power play. In the corner, Adam Morris trying to center, but it gets away from him, and the Golden Bears dump it down. Danny Jacobs. Dougie Cullen stops it behind his net. Now he's going to flip it over on the other side as he had a Canton forechecker, Fay, coming in on him. Here comes Jason Chilton. Headman, Todd Collins. Collins to Levac. He loses it. Back the other way comes Canton. And in the zone, we got a penalty on Massena. There's the whistle, a hooking call. And Massena nonchalanting on the defense, and it cost him a penalty.
Yeah, it was a giveaway just at their own blue line. They had their signals mixed up, and it was a giveaway. And Todd Collins, that has to go as a good penalty because the Bears would have had a 2-on-none. And Todd Collins turned the blade over and hooked the Canton player and threw him off stride. But that was a good penalty. The Bears are going to go on the power play here with 7:19 left in the first period and a 0-0 hockey game. We talked about Tommy Bissell again being so aggressive, and I think the Raiders are going to click on that before the period is over. We see number 20 for the Bears, Rob Purcell, signaling with his hand where he's going to draw this puck. Let's see how successful.
Jake Morris wins the draw, but Parcell comes up with it, goes back to the point with it. Gets it back in the corner, in behind the net. Now it's Jason Labarge, feeds Jake Morris, and Morris starts out. Here's Jake now. Stick handling, has it poke checked away, gets it back again. Rags it back into the Massena zone, goes to Jason Labarge. Labarge winds up and flips it down the ice. Bissell way out of his net to play it, and he's going to cover up as he got Bergeron coming right in on him. Sebastian breaking in, and Bissell says, rather have a face-off than give it up now.
Again, I think the Bears are going to try to do what the Potsdam Sandstoners did, is clog up that middle, especially in the neutral zone, take that away. And what you want to do, they had the Canton defense flat-footed, is dump and chase.
Off the face-off, right on. The save made by Bissell and a weak shot by Jake Morris right off the draw. Here comes Thad Green now for the Golden Bears. Long headman pass to Parcell, hits them back, and Bergeron gets a piece of it right in front of the red line. Finally, Canton gets away and dumps it in the corner. Now they race at it. It comes right in the slot, and the puck backhanded. It comes to Jake Morris. Here's Morris trying to flip it out of the zone. He can't get it out as he waved at it, and it comes back to Bergeron. Over to Labarge, bounces over his stick. Now he backhands it to the blue line, kept in by Coakley. No, delay offsides as Labarge controls it. He's going to wait. Now Barkley's going to dump it down the ice. And Coakley picks it up. Into the Massena zone it goes. Picked up by Chris Cameron. 20 seconds left in the power play. Cameron feeds Trevor Cameron. Cameron breaks in. He drives it. It's poke checked away by Coakley. Goes back after it again as the puck comes around the boards. Got the two Cameron brothers out there killing this penalty. Puck in the corner. Trevor Cameron after it with Coakley. Oh, boy. What a check by Cameron. But he went down instead of Coakley. And the puck comes free, and the Golden Bears break it out of there again. Here's Chris Applenap across the blue line. And Massena controls it. Todd Collins having a problem. Now Chris Cameron finds it. Dumps it out. Dumped right back in the Massena zone, and the penalty is up. I think they're going to call an icing as he fed it from the wrong side of the red line. So Massena effective thus far killing penalties.
Yes, effective, very effective. And number 12 out there, Jerry, I really like that player, Chris Applenap. I have trouble with his name, as it's a tongue twister, but this is we saw him down at Salmon River, and he's unassuming type of hockey player. I think he's only a sophomore. He's not that big, but I really like. He's a smart heads-up hockey player, and he has that good team concept. Anything to win, and his line mate Eddie Fay's the same way.
Off the face-off, it goes back in the Massena zone. Todd Collins has it poke checked away by Danny Bullock. Collins trying to stay with it. It moves out to the blue line, but not out to center ice. It's kept in there nicely by Brian Wallace. In the corner now, Collins flipping around a Whitcup. Whitcup starts to move it out, can't get it out of the zone. Wallace keeps it in. He and Whitcup jam, and the puck slides out to center ice. Picked up by Jason Chilton. Jason breaks in with Adam Morris. Makes the nice shift to save the rebound underneath Bassell, and he covers up for the face-off. And again, Tommy Bassell showing why he's such a highly regarded goaltender.
Great job by Adam Morris and Jason Chilton, but a little better job by Tommy Bassell. It was basically a 2-on-2. Jason Chilton breaking down the right side and with two Canton defensemen, but Adam Morris left his defensive checkmate in the dust and flew by him. Jason Chile, I'll get it out. Delayed a little bit and tried to feed that pass across the slot to him, but Tommy Bassell sprawling and made a big save on it. Beautiful job by the two Raider forwards, but a little better job by the Canton goaltender.
5:06 left first period on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard at 0-0. Morris will take the draw. Right side, off the face-off, Bergeron. In the corner, looks to center. In the circle, it's controlled by the Golden Bears' Thad Green. Green moving it out to center ice. He's going to stick handle and shoot it from center ice into the corner. Massena zone. After it there is Eddie Fay. He rides it around behind, and we've got Chris Aldis out there for the first time tonight. He moves it ahead to Bergeron. Bergeron looking to feed Jake Morris, but it's intercepted. Dumped back in the Massena zone. Side of the net, Jason Labarge with it. Here's Labarge starting out right side. He looks up the ice. Trying to go to Cameron. Gets it to Cameron. Cameron cross-ice pass for Bergeron. Bergeron upended as the puck comes in the zone. He tries to stay with it. Canton with a little mix-up there, but they control. Back to the blue line. Here's Aldis cranking it up. Into the corner it goes off a leg. The puck comes free, and it's Coakley sliding it out to center ice. Jason Labarge at the red line. Across to Bergeron. Bergeron and Chris Cameron. Quick wrist shot. The save made. The rebound. And Bassell covers up on that.
Good job by Tommy Bassell, and again, taking a page out of the Potsdam Sandstoners Kerry Blanchard book. Anytime it's around that net, you're going to see Tommy Bassell try to hold on, slow the play down, because once the Raiders get going, get into that motion, it's just like a machine. They're diving and dipping, and so they're going to slow it down. Every chance that he gets, he's going to hold for a face-off.
Trevor Cameron's line out now against the Jeff Butterfield line. Off the face-off, it comes to Freddie Kellison. Flips it in the corner. Green back to the point. Collins keeps it in. Goes to Kellison. Kellison, Trevor Cameron in the slot. The shot, nice save. And the rebound comes wide in the corner. Back to the blue line, and it crawls out to center ice. Levac is there. What a save by Bassell, huh?
Again, he challenged the shooter.
Trevor Cameron, and Cameron waited, tried to wait him out, and he just stayed with it. Back to the point. Collins, his drive, and Bassell makes the save. After it, Kellison in the corner. He loses it. Picking it up is Andy Crow, moves it to the blue line, and not out yet. Kept in by Mark Tayo, but it's taken away from him and down the Massena line. Here comes Todd Collins, flipping it ahead for Trevor Cameron. Cameron flipping it. It goes to Mark Tayo across the blue line. Gets a shot off as he got railed. The puck bounces into the corner on the wide shot. Kellison throws a check, but it's flipped around the boards now. Collins. Collins can't keep it in. Here come the Golden Bears back the other way. John Fay trying to center it, but it's poke checked away by Brian Levac, and Levac comes back the other way. For Freddie Kellison, we have a whistle, and we got a penalty.
Yeah, he's going to call Todd Collins for holding. Referee Butch Martin trailing the play, and he felt the little extracurricular activity behind the play. It had broken up in the neutral zone, and Todd Collins was trailing the play, coming up out of his own end, and he and the Canton player ran into each other, and Todd kind of put the clutch to him. So the Raiders, again, we're going to have to kill a penalty with 3:12 left in the first period in a 0-0 hockey game, and it's everything it was built up to be, Jerry, here in this first period. It's living up to that billing.
Okay, we've got Robbie Parcells' line coming back out, I believe.
And this game, as I'm sure Brownie told you in your pregame, I didn't listen to, but the game really means nothing. It's just for bragging rights in the NAC, but they're playing like it was a state championship right here.
Well, it means something in the rankings, though. Jake Morris out to try to kill it. He wins the draw, goes into the corner. Bouncing in behind the net for Jason Labarge. He has it taken away. John Fay. Now to Parcells. Parcells, top of the circle, right side of Cullen. Here's Parcells circling around, looking, back to the point. Massena picked up 2 penalties. Adam Morris apparently got one. So they're down 2 men. Puck right in front, cleared back to the blue line. Coakley. Massena is down 2 men. Adam Morris probably said something. Here's a shot. Cullen makes the save. Rebound right in front. And Parcells couldn't get a stick on it. Now Barkley looking to tie it up. It's still free to Parcells. Parcells wraps around, and Jake Morris sticks it into the corner. Dumps it around behind on the other side. Racing forward is Barkley. He flips it ahead, but not out. Kept in at the point. Appleknap is there. Here's the drive and the save made. Puck around the boards again. Massena trying to clear. It comes to Morris. He gets a stick on it back to the blue line, but not out. Now it's poke check just out to center ice by Jake Morris off Robbie Parcells' stick. 30 seconds left in the double minor to the Massena Red Raiders. It comes in on Cullen. He's going to hold it for the face-off off the boards. And with 25 seconds left in the double minor, actually it was 2 minors, one to Collins and one to Adam Morris, and I have no idea what Morris's was.
Well, we've got it. Walter's got it down as tripping. Todd Collins for holding, which I definitely saw it. I didn't see the Adam Morris call, but it's down for a trip. Good job by that Raider penalty-killing unit, Jerry.
Off the face-off, and it's flipped up into the crowd by Jason Labarge, and they'll face it off again. Now it's Cameron out there to try to kill it, along with Levac and Aldis. And it's Chris Appleknap with Eddie Fay and Danny Bullock out there for the Golden Bears.
We mentioned Tommy Bissell on several occasions. Dougie Cullen is standing tall here, especially on this power play. He made a couple of nice saves in this sequence so far.
Apparently,
somebody might have got hit on that far side over next to the Raider bench, Jerry. They're looking up in the stands. I don't know. I see Paul Patterson over there.
Of course, the way the glass is here, it's very low in front of the spectators, so you got to watch that. Cameron again wins the draw to Aldis. He flips it off a body and out to center ice. All the way back in the Canton zone with 14 seconds left in the 2 minors for Massena. In behind the net, Danny Jacobs with it, trying to flip it ahead. Here comes the Golden Bears into the Massena zone. It's Bullock with 1 second. Massena's got 2 men back. Can they get them back into the play? Here's the puck knocked down in front. Cameron bounces it out to center ice. The Massena Red Raiders killed off a 2-man advantage, and that's a big plus for the Raiders. Now here comes Canton in the zone again. It's Fay. Has it knocked off his stick. Puck in the corner. Chris Cameron moves it in front of the net, but he flips it out to center ice. It slides into the zone. They wave the icing off, and Bissell is going to wrap it around. He misfires on it and follows it up and moves it to Eddie Fay. Fay trying to go out to center ice. And here comes Canton the other way. Danny Bullock across the blue line. Poke checked away and out to center ice again. Green now dumps it in the Massena zone. In behind the net. Cullen leaves it for Brian Levac. Down to a minute left in the first period. Still scoreless on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Headman to Whitcup. Whitcup directs it in the Canton zone. Green is there, but doesn't get it out. Here's Chilton with it. Chilton stick handles into the corner. Looks for Whitcup. Gets a shot off. And a good save by goaltender Bissell. Now Whitcup in behind the net. Here's Bobby Whitcup with it. In the corner, Adam Morris comes in, throws a check. The puck squirts to Whitcup. Whitcup looking, circles, left side of the goalie. Whitcup goes back in the corner again, dumps it in behind the net. Adam Morris, centering pass, and the puck knocked down. Morris comes back out to pick it up. His shot, oh, what a save by Bissell. Now the puck in the corner. Chilton throws a check, but lost his stick. The puck comes free. The Golden Bears wrap it around the boards. It comes to Johnny Fay. Goes by everybody back to the Massena line. Brian Levac is there. His pass is knocked down. It goes to the blue line and out to center ice. Adam Morris with it now. Morris, oh, he just got railed. The puck sits there. Trevor Cameron digging for it. They jam at it. Finally, it's Aldous with a good bit of stick work to Trevor Cameron. Poke checked away from him. The Golden Bears, Robbie Parcell, they're going to break in 2-on-1, and they try to feed it over as the buzzer sounds. And a very exciting first period will end on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard with zeros.
The Raiders dodged a bullet there at the end. The Golden Bears on a quick transition from defense to offense caught Massena on a line change and almost got them flat-footed, but Captain Jason Labarge was back there, or else they were 2-on-none. Just prior to that, back at the other end, that line of Jason Chilton, Bobby Whitcup, and Adam Morris, tremendous pressure. Section 1, the Suffern Ducks with the only representative, and Section 6 out of Buffalo. So there we have Division 1. We'll maybe touch on Division 2 in the next intermission.
Well, the teams are out and ready to go here as we start the second period. Tommy Bissell will be defending the goal to our left, the lobby end goal here at the Massena Arena. Doug Cullen defending the goal to our right. Jake Morris's line out there. Morris, Bergeron, and Cameron. Rob Parcell out with Bushaw and Fay. And we're ready to go to start the second period. Bergeron off the face-off to Labarge, ahead to Bergeron. Bergeron feeds Chris Cameron across the blue line. Cameron looks to center. It goes off a stick up into the wall. And we'll have a face-off inside Canton territory. Just underway here in the second period. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 0-0.
I'll tell you, these two units, top two units of the Bears, Rob Purcell along with John Fay and Mike Bushaw on either side, and then Chris Appelnap with Danny Bullock and Eddie Fay on the other side. Two good offensive units, and the third unit basically a checking unit of the Jeff Butterfield unit, but really playing well here tonight.
Face-off left side, Canton zone. Parcell against Jake. Jake wins the draw. Bergeron trying to get it back to the point. It goes off a stick, slides all the way back in the Massena zone. Here's Barkley with it, ripping it off the boards, ahead to Bergeron. Bergeron back pass, not out of the zone. Here comes Bushaw in the corner. He gets back to the point. Dumped right back to Bushaw. Bushaw looks to center. Parcell in front gets a shot, but it's deflected by Jason Labarge, who got a stick in front of it.
Again, little thing department, Jerry. Sebastian Bergeron making that blind behind the back pass in your own end, and he, boy, that's dangerous. The Raiders should have cleared the zone, should have been on their way up the ice, but Sebastian got a little fancy. In fact, he's coming to the bench now, and Coach Moore's got his hands up in the air and saying, "Hey, Sebastian, don't do that." And Coach Moore's going to have a little chat with him right now, I'm sure.
Chilton's line out there. Here's the drive right off the face-off. It did not get through. Back to the point. Here's another drive deflected in behind the net. They look to center. It bounces around into the corner. Bobby Whitcup after it. Bangs it, doesn't get it out, gets it back again, and backhands it to Chilton. Chilton looking. He's got a man up. If he can get it by Green, he doesn't. Now Whitcup follows into the corner. Has it taken away by Bullock. The puck's still in the zone. We got a penalty call, and the whistle blows. And I think the Golden Bears are going to pick up a tripping call.
They are, and the Golden Bears dodged a bullet. Brian Wallace, number 5, staying up on the line, committing himself. And the Raiders tipped the puck by him and almost had a 2-on-1 break, and I think they can exploit that. Canton was guilty of that on several occasions in the first period. Number 34, looks like Eddie Fay is going to go to the box for tripping, Jerry.
I guess that would go under the category of a good penalty?
I think so.
So it's Jake Morris out there once again from Massena with Bergeron and Cameron. On the power play for the Raiders, Labarge and Barkley at the points. Off the face-off, Parcell, and he wins the draw and flips it back to center ice. Jason Labarge with it in his own end. Being forechecked by Bushaw, takes it in behind the net. Massena now looking to move it out of their own end here on the power play. The crowd's going, move it, move it. It comes ahead to Aaron Barkley. Barkley to Jake Morris. Jake takes it across. Here's Morris now in the corner. Massena zone, stops, looks to set up the offense. On the power play for the Raiders. Morris in the corner. Cameron, give and go. Morris shot. And the save made. Oh, boy, another big save by Tommy Bissell.
Same situation they worked in the first period. That overload, give and go. Down in the corner, they had Chris Cameron. Jake gave it to him from the boards and then split the seam, and he got the return pass. And again, a good quick shot away. But Tommy Bissell making the save, an outstanding save on that power play.
13:35 left, second period, still scoreless on the Corky scoreboard. Morris will face off against Parcells. Off the draw, Morris wins the draw. Berger to Cameron, back to Morris. Morris comes in front, shot. He fired it wide as Bissell again cut down the angle. Now it's Morris again. In behind, centering pass, Cameron, he fired it wide. Puck back to the point. Kept in by Barkley. Barkley trying to poke it through. It's taken away by Parcells. Barkley kind of fanned on the pass. And the puck sits right in front of the Massena net as it took a funny roll. Jason Labarge picking it up. Trying to drop it to Barkley. He didn't see it. Now he does. Now he flips it ahead to Labarge. Looking for Bergeron. He busts him free. No, that's Morris. Jake breaks in. Adams shot. No. And he couldn't lose it. Here's the puck in front. Another save by Bassell on Jason Labarge. That was Adam Morris with a great opportunity and a nice feed. But the puck comes back out to center ice. Here comes Mike Bushaw. Stick handling. Gets by Barkley the shot. Cullen makes the save. And Whitcup takes it off his pad and flips it out to center ice. And the net's off its moorings. The whistle blows. And we'll have a face-off, I think, just outside the Massena zone. So Massena with a great opportunity. But right back the other way comes Canton with a great opportunity.
Adam Morris put a great fake on Tommy Bassell and had him beaten. He faked him out, but the puck rolled off his blade. But what made the play was a great pass, a great lead pass by Jason Labarge. And that first pass is so important. But he read the situation. Adam Morris came off the bench, found the seam in the middle, and Jason Labarge looked up, and found him, and he put it right on his stick and sent him in alone from the blue line, and he had Tommy Bassell beaten.
Off the face-off, Trevor Cameron's line as the puck comes just inside the blue line. Here comes Eddie Davis, who's playing a wing on this line to Cameron. Cameron busts by the D. Here's Cameron looking to center, but a sprawling Canton defenseman, Coakley, breaks it up. Now Kellison in behind the net, stick handling. Cameron is there too. He can't come up with it. It comes back to Kellison. Kellison out by the blue line, pinching in as Collins as they tie it up along the boards. It finally kicks free. Collins backhands it, knocked down in front by the Golden Bear defense. They're going to try to knock it out, and they do. Get it out to center ice. Now Levac is there to flip it back to the Canton line. Back in the zone. Here comes Andy Crow. And his pass knocked down. Eddie Davis back the other way. Looking for Kellison. Freddie's going to take it in. On the right side, he's got Trevor Cameron breaking the backhander. And he fired it wide. Bassell out of the net. Back to the point. Collins cranks it up. Score!
Todd Collins on a 55-foot screamer right along the ice, and Tommy Bassell got cut out high, and he couldn't recover. But what made the play was prior to that was both Canton defensemen committing at the neutral zone, Jerry. They committed like we said they were going to get burnt on, and the Raiders got in behind them. Freddie Kellison walked right in, had Tommy Bassell at his mercy, and again off the end of the stick, but he stayed with it, grabbed the puck and threw it back out in front. It came all the way back to the point, and Todd Collins stopped it and turned around, unleashed a 55-footer, and right along the ice to beat Tommy Bassell.
Here comes Jake Morris, poked away, dumped back in the zone, offsides on Massena. So Todd Collins gets the goal. Freddie Kellison will get the assist for one, and that's going to be an intentional offsides on Massena and move the faceoff back in the Massena Red Raiders zone.
That's Todd's fourth goal of the year, and I'll tell you, he hasn't got one any bigger than that. This place, as we mentioned before the start of the game, was rocking, and it really is rocking now. We'll pick up the assist on that. Eddie Davis is also, along with Freddie Kellison, going to pick up an assist on that goal.
Off the faceoff, Chris Cameron in the corner, now has it swept away. In behind the net, Jason Labarge, right in front, they jam. Puck sitting in the slot, it's poked away, and Bergeron pokes it out to center ice. Now Cameron after it. Here comes Chris Cameron with it. He's got Jake, can't get it to him. Bergeron stays with it. It's out to center ice. Here come the Golden Bears with a 3-on-2. Robbie Parcells, the shot and the save made by Cullen as Jason Labarge kind of cheated to the other side. Now the puck in the slot again, the bouncing puck. Aaron Barkley looking to tie up the Canton player. It comes in behind the net to Jason Labarge. He gets tied up. The puck kicks free, though, and it comes to Sebastian Bergeron. We got a whistle, and I think we're going to have matching minors in behind the net. And Jason Labarge didn't really do much of anything, but he's going to get a holding call, and the Golden Bears are going to pick one up, too. So matching minors, Parcells and Jason Labarge. And Labarge not happy about that call.
Little things, Jerry, little things, momentum. The Raiders up 1-0. The Bears coming right back. And Dougie Cullen, 2 outstanding saves in the space of about 10 seconds down here. And that just nipped the old momentum right in the bud because the Bears put the pressure on. There was a giveaway in the Raider end, and Dougie Cullen made an outstanding save. Canton persisted. The puck went in the corner, back out in the slot again, and he robbed them again. 2 great saves by Dougie Cullen. And I'll tell you, there goes Chile and all. They're all giving him a tap on the pads. Your teammates know when you make a big save like that. That was a crucial one.
4-on-4 now. Bullock to face off against Chilton. Bouncing puck in the slot, controlled by Collins. He backhands it. That's going to go down the ice. They're going to wave the icing off, and Bassell will play it behind the net. Now Bassell and Chilton collide. And the puck comes around the boards to the blue. Oh, Chilton throws a nice check. Gets the puck at center ice. Drops it to Levac. Bryant flipping it ahead in the zone. Whitcup has it go off his skate, and Canton's Danny Bullock back the other way. Headman right on the stick in the zone. Here's a chance in front taken away by Brian Levac. Can't clear the zone. It finally slides out to center ice, and Collins is going to pick up a penalty and a misconduct.
Oh boy, I think that's a little tough. The referee, Mike St. Louis, a little tough here on that misconduct. I tell you, I'm not going to question the holding call. That's beside the point. But in a game of this magnitude and this excitement and so much momentum, and then to show a little frustration like that, to give a quick, and that was a quick misconduct. And just prior to that, Todd Collins had made an outstanding defensive play.
And then Tom Bassell came out and broke his stick on the ice, broke it, and no call.
The play had gone back up the other way, and Todd Collins was left with a Canton player. And I didn't see what happened, but evidently put the clutch on him. And Mike St. Louis on the call, and when Todd Collins realized that he was being whistled for a minute and a half, he showed a little bit of frustration. He raised his stick up in the air and hit the ice, and immediately Mike St. Louis went with the misconduct. I think, besides knowing the rule book, you have to use a little bit of judgment. And Mike and Butch are good officials, but I think that was just a little bit overreaction on that one. I really do.
Collins getting the holding call and a misconduct.
I really think that Mike St. Louis overreacted on that one. But that's neither here nor there. We've got minute 2 left on the matching minors to Jason Labarge. And who's that in there? Is that Robbie Purcell's in for Canton?
Yep. And Kenny Smith coming over to serve Collins as a minor. So Todd will be out for 7.5 minutes. Off the face-off, Canton on the power play. Puck goes back in the Massena zone. Barkley flipping it ahead, but not out. Kept in at the point. Now it comes out. Yep. And the whistle blows for the offsides.
The Raiders going with Aaron Barkley along with Brian Levac and Captain Jake Morris out there. They've got 2 men in the box. The Bears have 1. We've got to change. Chris Aldis is coming out now. He's replacing Brian Levac.
We've got Mike Bushaw taking the face-off. Off the draw, Barkley flips it down the ice for the Raiders. Back after it is Thad Green for the Golden Bears. 47 seconds and counting in the matching minors, a minute 13 and counting in the minor to Collins. And, of course, he has the misconduct to serve as well. Into the zone. Here's an opportunity for the Golden Bears. They kept it in at the point, then 2 of them collide. And back the other way comes Massena. Headman to Jake. Jake one-on-one with Green. Goes by Green. Here comes Jake breaking in. Shot. Nice save by Bassell. He just couldn't rip it. Now back to the point. Canton coming back the other way. Breaking in now is Mike Bushaw. Bushaw 2-on-1. Flips it over on the other side. Too far for Green. And the puck goes in behind the net. Now Bushaw after it. Jake Morris with a great opportunity. He's got the puck again and dumps it down the ice. And again, somehow, that goaltender Bassell makes the save. Jake just couldn't get the puck up.
That's a mark of a good goaltender. Tommy Bassell, he outweighted him.
Matching minors are up, so it's 5-on-4 power play. Into the zone. Here comes Brian Wallace in the slot. Can't get the shot up. He does now, and Doug Cullen makes the save and holds on for the faceoff. 19 seconds left in the minor to Todd Collins. On the Corky's Collision scoreboard, Massena leads it 1-0 on Collins' goal.
Jake was sent away by Aaron Barkley with a great pass, and he went up and Jake undressed Tad Green at the blue line. He just gave him a fake to the outside inside and went right around him and came in on Tommy Bassell 1-on-none. And he got Tommy Bassell down, but Tommy was able to stretch that body out, and Jake tried to wait, but he couldn't get it up over him.
Chris Cameron on the face-off now. Puck knocked down the ice by Massena on the draw with about 10 seconds. Here comes Bergeron in the corner after it. Bergeron looks to tie it up, and they jam for it as the seconds tick away. And there's the whistle, and they're going to move it outside the zone, I believe, with 5 seconds left in the power play. 9-10 in the second period on the Corky scoreboard. The Raiders lead at 1-0.
The advantage of having a deep bench. You lose a player of Todd Collins' caliber for 9 minutes. They certainly don't want to do that. He's a quality hockey player. The key to this defense, but they can separate in with Chris Aldis. They've got 4 additional defensemen, and they're all good.
Okay, 5 seconds left in the power play. Now we got Jason Chilton coming out. Wait a minute. Now they wanted Adam Morris out. They're not going to let him. And so it's going to be Bergeron coming off the ice, and Whitcup and Chilton off the face-off. Puck in Chilton's skate. He can't control it. And here comes Danny Bullock across the blue line. Whitcup takes it off his stick. Massena's got the man back. And out to center ice it comes. Dump back in the Massena zone. Delay offsides, they wave that off. Whitcup with it, drops it for Levac. Here's Levac, bounce pass to Chilton. Chilton circles in the corner, looks up, and skates it, almost loses it. He does. Here's the shot. Cullen, big save as Chilton with a big giveaway in his own end. Now Adam Morris comes back, falls down, and there's going to be a penalty on Canton as Morris got knocked down. Massena controlling the puck. It comes to Whitcup. Whitcup in behind his own net. Massena still controls, and they get the extra attacker out, and they control the puck. Well, now they're not going to. And the shot from center ice hits the crossbar. Of course, that would not count because as soon as it touches the Canton player, the penalty is called. And so Massena will go on the power play with 8:26 left. Second period, leading it 1-0 on the Corky scoreboard. I think Coakley's going to pick that one up. No, I take that back. That's going to be Chris Appelknap.
We talk about big saves. We mentioned Tommy Bissell, but I'll tell you, Dougie Cullen just made a great save off of Danny Bullock. It was a giveaway in the Raiders zone, and Danny Bullock just jumped on that, and from about 15 feet out, he just went across the crease and unleashed one, but Dougie Cullen made a great save.
Off the faceoff, Robbie Parcell into the Massena zone, has it poke checked away by Aldis at the last second, and Jake Morris breaks back the other way. Here comes Morris for the Massena Red Raiders, trying to bust the D. He flips it in the corner, follows it. Morris ripping it around to Cameron. Cameron back to the point, back to Barkley, back to Cameron, into the circle. The give and go with Morris. He doesn't have the pass. Jake steps into the circle. Here's Morris right in front. The pass, the shot, and Aldis backhanded and missed the open net. Great opportunity and a great pass, and the Golden Bears move it down the ice. What a chance for Massena right there, and Aldis just backhanded it wide. Did everything right, but put it on net. Now Massena breaks out again. Here comes Chris Aldis. Aldis to the red line. Takes it across the Canton zone. Dumps it for Cameron. Gets by him in the corner. Chris stays with it. Now to Morris along the boards. It's flipped into the middle, but Coakley is there to dump it down the ice. All the way down the ice. We're down to 30 seconds left in the Massena power play. Chris Aldis again. Now it's Bullock coming out to kill it. Bergeron flips it back to Aldis. Aldis to Cameron, and Cameron deflects it up into the Massena bench, so the faceoff will come back by near the Massena blue line.
Chris Aldis will never get a better scoring opportunity in that. He jumped down from the point, filled the gap in between the seam, got a great pass from Jake Morris, and had Tommy Bissell completely out of the net. He had the whole net, and I don't know how. He slid a backhand wide from about 20 feet out, and it was like standing on the end of the pier and just hit the ocean, but he missed the ocean.
Chilton now will take the face-off. Chilton out there with Adam Morris and Bobby Whitcup. Off the draw, Levac at the Massena blue line, over to Labarge. Labarge, back to Levac. Levac, head man now, down to Morris. Here comes Adam across the blue line, trying to flip it through the middle. Chilton, but he loses it. Back out to center ice. Puck sits there. Whitcup after it in the zone. Ahead to Morris. Back to Whitcup. Whitcup trying to go in the corner. Now Chilton after it. Feeds it to Jason Labarge. Labarge steps by one. Takes it right in front. Shot, save. But we have a man in the crease. Adam Morris is going to be called for being in the crease.
Oh, a great individual effort by Jason Labarge. And Adam Morris better watch it. Mike St. Louis, a little testy with that on-the-hip misconduct call tonight. And Adam showing a little bit of exasperation for being called in the crease, but I feel he was in there.
Oh, he was, no question.
Great moves, individual moves by Jason Labarge, and he was ready to pull the trigger, but all in vain because the whistle had blown.
That'll take care of the power play. And the Trevor Cameron line out there against the Jeff Butterfield line. It's dumped to the Massena line. Aaron Barkley, I should say, with it. In behind the net now. Tried to clear, had to go off a body. Now he flips to Eddie Davis. Davis for Cameron breaking to Kellison. Yeah, Freddie in the corner now. To Cameron, right in front, the shot. Score! Trevor Cameron from Freddie Kellison and probably Eddie Davis, and Massena goes up 2-0.
What a beautiful goal. What a beautiful pass from Freddie Kellison. And I'll tell you, Trevor Cameron didn't make any mistakes on that, but he had started back here with a great pass by Eddie Davis. He's got to pick up an assist on that. Went into Trevor Cameron, and the Raiders crossed. It was a 2-on-2, and Trevor Cameron did a great deal of work. He froze the defense, slid a pass over to Freddie Kellison, but off his stick, but into the corner. Freddie continued on into the corner. The Canton defenseman committed. Freddie threw one behind the back and hit Trevor Cameron right on the stick in the slot, and he just eyeballed Tommy Bassell and flipped one up over, I believe, the short side, up over Tommy Bassell's shoulder, and that's a big goal. And let me see him checking down here. That's going to be Trevor's 14th goal of the year, and I believe he leads the Raiders in goal scoring.
Off the face-off, Robbie Parcell across the blue line, gets knocked down. The puck right in front. Here's Canton, shot just wide. Deflected just wide by Johnny Fay. Now back out to center ice. Canton almost got one right back there as Massena backed into their own end, had a problem with it. Jason Labarge with it, moving it ahead. On the wing, out to center ice. Here comes Jake Morris, busting by the D. Right in on Bassell. The shot, another big save by Bassell. As Jake, again, went right in all by himself, and Bassell stood tall and made a big save.
Jake's got to go to the backhand next time, because 3 times in a row he's gone to the forehand. Chris Cameron sent him in alone, and he turned on the jets. He walked in and, again, went to the forehand. Backhand, forehand, trying to outlast Tommy Bassell, but he's got that move down pat. Next time he's going to have to go backhand.
Off the faceoff, back to the point. Labarge shoots one in. It goes off the defenseman in the corner. Wrapped around the boards. Massena leading 2-0. Kept in. Here's Jake with it. Jake flips it for Cameron. Cameron trying to sneak by the D. Right in front. Shot. Save the rebound. They jam at it. And where is it? Just wide in the corner. Bergeron's right on top of Bassell as the puck comes free. And it's picked up there by Brian Coakley out to center ice. Jason Labarge. Labarge, headman intercepted by Parcells. Takes it across the windup. And it's deflected in behind the net. Picked up by Aldis. Aldis flipping by a check and starts it out. Here comes Aldis. He's got Chilton breaking. Feeds Chili. Here comes Chili breaking in one-on-one with Jacobs. Feeds it over to Bergeron. Bergeron gets a shot out. Bassell to save. They score! As Bassell made the initial save, but Bergeron will get that goal, and Massena goes up 3-0.
A great second effort by Sebastian Bergeron. He stayed with it. Tommy Bassell made the first save and left the rebound right at the pads, and Sebastian Bergeron, with a Canton defenseman hanging all over him, was able to get his stick on. But again, they're creating this situation by freezing this Canton defense, who are gambling up at their blue line. That's about 5 or 6 opportunities the Raiders have gone in on, more than that, probably 8 or 9. They've gone in from the blue line on Tommy Bassell, walked right in, and he's been able to stone him except for the last 2 occasions. But the Raiders have turned their game up a notch here.
Canton's going to call a timeout. Well-timed timeout with the Raiders leading at 3-0 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. And there is going to be a timeout for Canton.
On that second Massena goal, we inadvertently gave it to Eddie Davis. We'll give him an assist someplace, but the official has given Aaron Barkley an assist on that pass from Freddie Kellison and Trevor Cameron. And this last one at 9:36, looks like a minute and 8 seconds after the second Raider goal. Sebastian Bergeron picking up his 8th of the year on a great pass from Jason Chilton, and a great second effort by Sebastian. He was stopped on the first shot. He didn't get much on it, but he stayed with it with that Canton defenseman right on him and was able to jab at the puck, and it rolled, just trickled under Tommy Bassell's pads and into the net. A big goal.
5:24 left in the second period, and on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, the Raiders lead it 3-0. Winner of the first game was the Potsdam Sandstoners. They came back from 3-0, so Massena can't rest yet. But they came back from 3-0 and beat Northwood on a score of 6-4.
Again, Coach Randy Brown, we saw him last week. Jerry called a timeout at a crucial spot. He was down 3-0 against Salmon River. Called the timeout, got his club around him, and they rallied around him and were able to come back and win that game 9-4. Again, it's an opportune time, a good time for a timeout. The wheel's starting to come off just a little bit, and it's the key. The Raiders are, with that good, crisp passing, they're freezing that Canton defenseman up at that blue line, and just not giving much support to Tommy Bassell at all.
Off the faceoff, Chilton flips it in the Canton zone. After it is Whitcup in the corner. Whitcup, he gets by the check. Now Adam Morris comes in there. They jam for it. Whitcup skates out of trouble. Looks to backhand it right around and just missed it, as Bassell didn't see it till the last second. Now back to the point. Kept in by Barkley. He flips it ahead for Chilton. Back to Whitcup at the blue line. Here's Whitcup to Chili right in front. Chili gets by the D. The shot, what a save by Bassell. Oh my goodness, Tommy Bassell with an acrobatic save that time. Here's Robbie Parcell across the blue line. Barkley and Parcell collide. Barkley falls down, but the puck goes 3. Here's Levac. Right on the stick of Adam Morris. He's got Chilton. He's going to drive it from center ice as Massena wants a line change. Morris is still out there, though, as he forechecks. Thad Green circles. Now somebody calling Morris back to the bench. as the Golden Bears have it in their own end. Back out to center ice now comes Canton as Johnny Fay moves it down the sideline, flips it in the Massena zone. Doug Cullen's going to leave it in behind the net. They got a problem in front as everybody lost it, and the puck bounces in the slot back to the blue line and kept in there by Johnny Fay. In the corner now, Barkley throws a check, and Chris Cameron picks up the puck and skates it out. Headman pass, Jake Morris. Crisscrosses, gets by the D, gets upended by Green just at the last second, and the puck in behind the net. Rips around the boards, Green with it. It's going to go back around across the grain the other way, and coming back after Danny Bullock, he flips it out to center ice. Chris Aldis over to his partner, Jason Labarge. Labarge drives it from center ice. Bassell gloves that and leaves it in behind the net for Green. Green around the boards. Bergeron trying to flip it back to Aldis. Winds up his shot. Oh, that didn't miss by much. Puck around the boards. Canton's going to try to spring a man. Instead, they break it in the zone. Here comes Appleknap trying to center it. The shot knocked down. The rebound, poke checked. Back to Bergeron. Bergeron tries to clear the zone just barely. Here comes Jason Labarge. He's got Chris Cameron. He feeds him. Cameron breaks in. Shot. He fired it wide. Puck whistles around the boards. Now Trevor Cameron in the corner trying to come up with it. Here's Cameron flipping it to brother Chris. He's got Eddie Davis in front. Across to Davis. It goes behind him. Davis gets a backhander anyway. It's knocked down and thrown out to center ice by the Golden Bears. And I mean thrown out to center ice. 3 minutes left. The puck comes to Freddie Kellison, but offsides will be called on Massena. The Raiders are really putting on the pressure now.
I'll tell you, they're just dancing in on Tommy Bassell like they drive out in the Los Angeles freeway. His defense has deserted him somewhat. We talked about at the top of the show that might be the key to the Raiders' success, and they've got him flat-footed. They just cannot stay with him. Bobby Whitcup, his last shift out there, was just playing like a person possessed. He single-handedly bottled Canton up in their own end.
Off the face-off, Eddie Davis takes it across. Freddie Kellison. Kellison breaks in, shot, save, rebound. Bassell holds on, and Freddie says, give it back. I want it again.
Oh, boy. Eddie Davis hit Freddie Kellison right at the blue line, and again, he undressed the Canton defenseman, put a little move on him, and walked right in and had Tommy Bassell. But credit to Tommy Bassell. He stood up, and outlasted Freddie Kellison.
Trevor Cameron against Robbie Parcell. Off the face-off, puck in the corner. Canton controlling, ripping it around the boards. Levac can't keep it in, and the puck slides back to the blue line. There's going to be a penalty on Levac for interference.
Yeah, it was a good call. Bob Butch Martin's going to make the call. The Canton player did not touch the puck, and Brian Levac impeded his progress. So the Bears is going to take some of the pressure away, hopefully for Coach Brown, that with 2:42 left in this period, he'd like to get a goal because the wheels are starting to come off for the Golden Bears. The Raiders have really taken their game up a notch here in the latter part of this period.
Robbie Parcells will be out there along with Mike Bushaw. No, I checked that. Danny Bullock will be out there with Bushaw. Green and Coakley off the face. Massena clears it. And there's a foot race for it. Whitcup racing. He gets it, gets a shot off. He didn't know Morris. There's going to be a penalty on Coakley for Canton. Raiders control. Jason Labarge gets knocked down, stays with it, and Canton controls it again. And that'll even things up here. And again, Massena just doing a great job there, keeping the pressure on Canton.
Well, in defense of Canton, that one was... the Canton players coming to say, gee, ref, I really didn't do anything. And now Bobby kind of drew him into that one. He took a dive. Jerry's giving the dive motion, and he did. But he made the play, Bobby Whitcup, with that great second effort, hustling out of his own end. He is really playing, as we mentioned, like a person possessed out there. They just can't stop him.
So Coakley gets the hooking call. And now it'll be 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. 2.5 left, second period. On the Corky scoreboard, Massena 3, Canton no score. Off the face-off, puck slides out to center ice. Here comes Danny Bullock with it, loses it at the blue line. Kept in at the point, however. Finally, Whitcup clears it out to center ice. Thad Green dumps it in the Massena. Well, he doesn't get it in. Now Bullock has it poke-checked away, and the puck comes back to Brian Wallace, and he flips it in behind the Massena net. Aldis is there for the Raiders. Headman pass to Whitcup, and Bobby starts it out. Here comes Whitcup trying to feed it through to Adam Morris. That's going to be an icing call on the Raiders. And Adam just couldn't get a handle on it. That'll move the faceoff back inside Massena territory. 2:02 left, second period. Massena leading 3-0 on the Corky scoreboard.
Some of the suspense gone out of this hockey game when it was 0-0, 1-0. It's certainly not over. A long way from being over, and the Bears would like to pop one here with 2:02 left in this period, but you can just feel some of that suspense has ebbed somewhat with this 3-goal cushion that the Raiders have.
Nobody's left yet, though.
No.
Off the face-off, here's the shot knocked down. Barkley picking up the puck, sliding it. Now he overskates, throws a check. The puck kicks free back to Green at the point. Green flipping it back in the corner. Controlled by the Golden Bears. In the corner, that's Bullock. Back to the point. Here's Jacobs with it. His pass knocked down. Here comes Jake Morris. Busting down the left wing side. He's got Chris Cameron. Feeds Cameron right in front. Chris shot. Save made the rebound. And Bassell covers it up. He's got Jason Labarge banging at it. And Bassell held on for the face-off. I'll tell you, how many breakaways has Massena had?
Well, they've had, as I say, 8 to 10. A great pass by Jake Morris. He broke down the left side in full stride, drew the Canton defenseman to him. Chris Cameron breaking hard without the puck like good hockey players do. Busted down the right side. Jake looked, found him. Found him with a perfect pass, and there's no one any better than Chris Cameron coming in on a goaltender. But again, Tommy Bassell, that aggressive goaltender, came out probably 20 feet, and Chris would like to have that one back because he could have danced around him and had all day to salt that one away.
Off the faceoff, Morris gets a piece of it, but it's poke checked out to center ice. Here's Cameron, stepping by a check. Bust back the other way by the D, by one. Has it poked away at the last second, and the Golden Bears are going to ice it now. And the faceoff will be back in Canton territory.
I'll tell you, they are just, the Raider forwards right now are going around the Canton defensemen as if they're set in cement. They've got Coach Brown is going to have to recruit his defensive core in between the second and third period because they're little demoralized right now.
Faceoff will come inside Canton territory. Jason Chilton out now with Sebastian Bergeron, Barkley, and Labarge. To take the faceoff for Canton will be Eddie Fay. Faceoff right side of Tommy Bassell. Off the draw, comes right to Bergeron. He circles, takes it in the corner, looking to center it. Bergeron right in front to Chilton, can't get the shot off, and Massena gets a man back, and they're going to have a mini power play here for 7 seconds, but it comes to the Massena line. Now Barkley feeds it ahead. Chilton to Adam Morris, back out to center ice. Canton back the other way. They got a mini 3-on-2, but they can't quite connect, and it comes to Jason Labarge. Labarge in behind his own net, drops it for Barkley. Aaron moving it. Ooh, bad pass there, but it does get out of the zone. Delay offsides on Canton, they wave it off. As Barkley kind of just threw it up the ice. Now it's Bergeron. Bergeron gets taken out of the play. Parcells centering pass right in front, but it goes into the corner as the Canton man was well tied up. Raiders now out to center ice. Here's Bergeron, and he overskates it. Robbie Parcells picking it up. Parcells and Bergeron collide. And there's going to be a penalty as Parcells took a shot at Bergeron when he was down.
No question. A very good call by Mike St. Louis. Robbie Parcells laid a good check on Sebastian Bergeron. In fact, he's going to get more than a minor, I do believe. He might get a double minor. But he knocked him down, and as Sebastian was on his back, he wrapped him right in the face with his stick. There was no need for that. We'll see what they're going to punch up on the board.
Yeah,
but,
it's a major penalty.
Well, that's a good call and a just call. And, in the frustration and the heat of the game, Robbie Parcells, who's a good hockey player and a good, clean hockey player, there's no call for that. And Robbie, I know, regrets that. But the official right there, right on the spot, and making an excellent call. And not because it's against Canton, but that was a good call, and most of the people in the rink saw that. I know Coach Brown's quite upset with that.
21 seconds left in the second period. 3-0 Massena, Corky scoreboard. Massena on the power play here. Jake Morris with the two Cameron boys. Trevor Cameron with it, flipping it ahead to himself. He stays with it. Here's Trevor in the corner now. Takes it across, feeds more. Oh, he just missed on the pass. Jake got by the D. Here's Morris now in the corner, flipping it to Trevor Cameron. Cameron skates it in front. He's got Chris, and Chris can't get the stick on it. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Barkley trying to get the shot off. That'll take care of it right there. The second period is history, but the Raiders come up with 3 unanswered goals and lead this game on a score of 3-0 over the Canton Golden Bears on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Our broadcast brought to you this evening on WMSA by Evergreen Memorials, 112 Maple Street in Massena, by Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant, working together, their quality shines through. Also by Bogosian Carpet and Furniture and BC Cleaning, 70 Will. One gun.
Exactly, and They need to get back into this hockey game in a hurry. They needed. This is the last thing they want to do is play 3 minutes and 39 seconds to start the third period when you're down 3 goals.
Take the face-off, Eddie Fay against Jake Morris. Morris with Bergeron and Cameron. It comes back to Jason Labarge over to Aaron Barkley, and Barkley starts it up. Here's Barkley across the red line, taking it in the Canton zone. He's going to take it deep in the corner. Now he stops about halfway out, moves it back in. Going to center it, bounces right in the slot. Bassell makes the save, the rebound, cleared back to the blue line and out to center ice. Here's Jake Morris with it. Circling by the D, breaks it back again. And we're going to have an interference call on Barkley from behind. And he just barely touched the Canton player, but they're going to call it.
You'd call that a pick play, whether it's in football or basketball. Jake was gearing up ahead of steam, and the Canton player was pursuing him, and Aaron coming the opposite way just kind of nudged him off stride. But I think it's a good call, and that's one way to negate a man advantage for 3 minutes and 39 seconds is to pick up a penalty like that.
So the Raiders pick up the penalty, but take the puck across. Here comes Cameron. He can't quite get the handle. Comes back out, back in again. Delay offsides, but Massena clears. Puck controlled by Brian Wallace. To the Massena line, it gets by Levac, but Collins is there. He served his penalty, his misconduct as well, and he's back from Massena. Headman to Chris Cameron. Here comes Cameron in on Jacobs. Cameron back to Morris, right in front, shot, score! That time he went on the backhand just like you said, David, and he beat Bassell. Bassell went to the forehand. He thought Jake would go again. Morris took it on the backhand. Bassell was way out of the net, and Massena makes it 4-0.
That time, Jake went to the backhand. Tommy Bassell had beaten him on the forehand before 3 times in a row. Jake said, "Not again, Tommy. This time I'm going to the backhand." And he had Tommy Bassell selling popcorn up in that Canton section over there, and had the wide open net. A beautiful, beautiful move by Jake Morris, and he really is playing with the Jets fired up tonight. That switching around that Coach Stan Moore did prior to this game has really paid dividends because Jake is really flying out there.
Off the face-off, Brian Levac with it. Flips it ahead for Chile. Chile moving it to Whitcup. Whitcup takes it across on the left side as it poke checked away by Johnny Fay. Now the puck in the corner. Whitcup staying with it. Here's Bobby with it. Back to the point. Collins. Collins winds up, flips it, and Chilton gets knocked down. There's going to be a penalty on Canton, as Chilton was going after the puck, and the Canton defenseman Dan Jacobs tripped him up. And again, that was an obvious call, and now Bassell is out of his net yelling about it, and referee Mike St. Louis said, "Be quiet." And Bassell went back in his net.
I think Tommy Bassell is yelling from that 4th goal. He still feels a little frustrated on that one, that he was really deked out of his socks by Jake Morris. And we have to mention that Jake was sent in alone with a great pass by Chris Cameron. He froze the defenseman, gained the zone, and froze that defenseman, and Jake busted by the defenseman on the far side, and Chris hit him right on the button with a beautiful pass.
So Massena back on the power play, a 4-on-3 power play now for the Raiders. Face-off will be to the right side. Are they going to change goalies? No. Did they call a... Okay, what's going on here?
I don't know, but the official, Mike St. Louis, Coach Moore, objects to that. Say, hey, what's going on? Delay the game. But he must have given Tommy Bassell the right to go over there because he pointed to himself, Mike St. Louis.
Jake wins the draw. Back to the point. Here's Labarge. Cranks it up. Oh, he hit the goalpost. It got by Bassell, hit the goalpost. Aldis goes over to Jason Labarge again. Labarge skates it. He shoots it. Big save as way out of the net was Bassell. And out to center ice it comes. Labarge over to Aldis. Aldis moving it back down the ice. Here's Chris Aldis across the blue line. Takes it in the corner. Now looking. Goes to Jason Labarge over in the other point. Labarge skates it, cranks it up. Fired it wide and it bounces. I don't know what it hit, but it bounced something and bounced up into the crowd.
The Raider forwards in front, they're not screening Tommy Bassell, but they're taking the Canton defenseman out of there and allowing the Raider defenseman, in this case Jason Labarge, to walk right down. But again, unless you have some screen in front of that goaltender and being as aggressive as he is, you're not going to beat him with that type of shot.
Although Labarge did, but hit the post. So, the post is part of the goalie, right? Here comes Jake with it across the blue line. He wraps it into the corner. Coakley after it there. In behind the net, flips it around the boards. Collins is pinched way in. Massena gets a man back as Barkley is out there. Back to the point. Aldis cranks it up. The save made. Bouncing in the slot. They jam at it. Chris Cameron fired it wide. Jake Morris in the corner. Massena's got a two-man advantage here for 30 seconds. Back to the point. Here's Collins to Bergeron. Back to Collins. Collins goes back to Aldis at the point. Gets by him. He keeps it in, though. Feeds it in the corner for Jake Morris. Back to Aldis. Aldis back to Morris. Top of the circle. Here comes Jake to Chris Cameron. Steps in front of the net. Feeds it right in front. They score again. Todd Collins gets the goal as Massena's up 2 men. And that makes it 5-0 Massena.
Todd Collins is going to pick up his second goal of the game, and Sebastian Bergeron was standing right alongside of them. Either one of them could have knocked it in, but Massena just dominating on this power play, and Chris Cameron stationed down behind the net to left of Tommy Bassell, just walked out in front, and Tommy Bassell had to pay attention to Chris Cameron, and as the defenseman departed in front of the net to pick up Chris Cameron, he slid it across the crease, and both Sebastian Bergeron and Todd Collins, who had drifted down from the point, were standing there, and Todd was the first one to lay a stick on it, and that's his second of the night, and his 5th of the year, and the Raiders really are taking charge of this game.
Off the face-off, the puck goes in the Raiders' zone. Here's Aaron Barkley with it. Massena's still on the power play here because of the major penalty. Head man pass to Chile goes by him. At the Canton line, they're going to dump it out to center ice. Bobby Whitcup is there, and we have a whistle. What do we got?
Adam Morris is probably going to get a charging call, I'm sure. He's questioning. He's going. He's getting an elbowing call. Butch Martin is calling Adam Morris, and Adam skated by the Raider bench and said, "Coach, what did I do?" But that's the wrong one to go to, Adam. The guy that's calling it is a guy in a striped shirt, and he still hasn't convinced Adam that he's the guilty culprit. Now here he's making his way to the box now. He's questioning the call, but it's not going to count. Butch Martin is going to have the final say.
So Adam Morris gets the, was it hooking?
Elbowing.
So we're back to 4-on-4 again as Massena, a late hit is what they called. Okay. Here comes the Raiders' Whitcup. He flips it in the zone. He just got mugged and is down hard. He's still trying to get up as the puck comes out to center ice, and Labarge is back after it. Here comes Jason Labarge, stick handling it across the red line, across the blue line, gets by the D, takes it in front, shot. Oh, big save by Bassell, as that time it was Labarge undressing. Here comes Trevor Cameron, in front the backhander, he can't get it off. Jason Chilton is there in the corner, picking it up, back to the point, goes by Barkley out to center ice. Here comes Barkley, another penalty on Canton. Here comes Barkley, backhandling in the zone. I don't think he knew there was a penalty.
Trevor Cameron got upended, but I also got a slash in there. He's going to call tripping, but
could have been either, right?
Either one. He put the lumber to him, and I'm not sure. Just prior to that, Jason Robert, I'm not sure if it's Robert or Robert. Jason Robert.
Yeah.
He put the lumber to Bobby Whitcup right here along the near boards, and Bobby went to the bench. I'm not sure if it was they're tending to him over there.
Tripping the call on Canton that time.
I think they want a timeout to take Bobby Whitcup to the dressing room. We'll wait and see. I think they're asking. Eddie Davis is talking to the official right now. Yep, that's what it's going to be. They're going to take him, and I'm not sure if it's an ankle.
Bobby's been having a heck of a game too.
He is. He hasn't got on the score sheet, I don't believe, but he's played out there so hard, so tough. He's on one particular shift, he bottled the whole Canton team up himself. He's been all over the ice, throwing, finishing checks, forechecking tenaciously. He's had a whale of a game.
So Whitcup being helped off, and he'll go to the dressing room and be attended to over there. He's still hobbling. And Bobby Whitcup, as you mentioned, what a great game he's had. Super game. Jake Morris out there to take the face-off. Off the draw, Coakley with it. He bangs it, doesn't get it out. Brian Levesque cranks it up. The save, score! I thought he had it, but it got by Bassell, and Massena goes up 6-0.
I think what it did, it changed direction just a little bit. I think it went to Mike Bushaw. I think it went off of him and changed direction just a little bit, Jerry. Mike Bushaw way out here at the blue line as the Raider defenseman let it go from just about on the blue line, and Mike Bushaw was standing maybe 15 feet inside the blue line and just touched it, and I think enough to kiss it that it redirected it a little bit and threw Tommy Bassell off stride.
So the Raiders pick up their 6th goal here in the third period, lead at 6-0 now over the Canton Golden Bears. And Brian Levac will get the goal. We'll give, well, I don't know who got the assist. We'll have to wait and see.
And Brian's quite happy. I think that's his first of the year.
Is that his first of the year? Okay. So Brian Levac gets his first goal of the year on a blistering shot from the point that was just deflected enough to get by Bassell. I thought Bassell was going to make the save, but the deflection beat him.
I think so. And even though it was deflected way out by the blue line, he's, as I say, he's an aggressive goaltender. He had committed, looked like, you know, with the kick save, and it just probably changed direction just a few inches, but just enough. It went in under the heel of the right pad.
Cameron and Morris picking up the assists on the goal. And Jake's got the puck now, wins the draw, drops it to Levac, to Todd Collins. Collins ahead to Morris. Jake busting down the middle, gets by the D, but Bassell is out to stick it to the point. Oh, Levac makes a great move. He's got the goalie out. He shoots and scores!
I'll tell you, they mobbed him on the first one. They're really mobbing him on this one. This was gonna be called a lob shot because Brian Levac prevented the puck from leaving the zone, and he walked in. He wanted to uncork. He put a move on one Canton defender, and as he shot, it hit something, and the puck just trickled up in the air. And again, Tommy Bassell, as we said, he's so aggressive. He was out, Jerry, probably 10, 15 feet, and it went up 10 or 15 feet in the air and back over behind him and rolled into the empty net.
So Massena makes it 7-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, and we've got Jeff Butterfield's line out now against, well, Massena killing a penalty. That's right. Here comes Trevor Cameron busting back the other way. Breaks right in front of the shot. Big save by Bassell. And Cameron, he can get by that defense and get that quick shot off, and it was right on the net. Here comes Canton into the Massena zone. In the corner, Dougie Cullen way out of his net to play it around the boards. Up the puck board, back to the point. Here's a bouncing wrister knocked down. Here comes Bergeron. He's going to break in. He loses it. Adam Morris breaks in front. Score! Morris just tipped it in the net, and Massena makes it 8-0. What a hustling goal by Adam Morris.
A hustling goal, and Tommy Bassell, if he had to do it over again, he would probably come out and clear that puck. He sat back. He elected not to come out. He had time to come out and get the puck and clear it. But he misjudged the speed of Adam Morris, and Adam got to it just before he did and really didn't shoot it. Just put it one hand on the stick, and Tommy Bassell was going to his left, and he slid it to the far side. Adam Morris just redirected it to the far side, right under between the stick and the right arm of Tommy Bassell, and it was just rolled into the empty net. But the wheels have really come off the Bears here, and the Canton's claiming that he did not come back in the zone, but it was touched by another Raider player prior to Adam Morris redirecting it. I'm sure we'll see if there's an assist on that one.
We still have 10:44 remaining in the third period. Trevor Cameron, perhaps?
Sebastian Bergeron.
Oh, Bergeron. I'm sorry, Bergeron. That's who I meant.
Because when it broke, when the pass came from the Raider blue line, it was touched by Sebastian Bergeron.
That's right. Here comes Kenny Smith now, who's out there ahead to Jason Chilton. Chilton dropping for Eddie Davis. He steps into the slot, centers it, but it's knocked down. Morris, of course, was right on top of the goalie. Here come the Golden Bears back the other way. Andy Crow across the blue line. Can't get the shot off. The puck sits there, and Eddie Davis picks up the loose puck, starts it back the other way. He slides it ahead, meant for Adam Morris. Gets by him, and the puck goes up into the Canton bench. With 10:19 left in the third period, on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, Massena leads 8-0.
They have a real blitzkrieg here in this third period.
You know, it's funny. I was talking with the interview with Randy Brown. He says, we got to watch Massena because when they score in bunches. Yeah, right.
They have scored in bunches, that's for sure. They're starting this third period. Let's see, that first one was, I don't know where Walter put that.
Going to change goalies, too, aren't they?
I think that's a good move because Tommy Bassell. Okay, they scored 4 goals in about 3 minutes, starting with the 47-second mark, and then at 2:26, 3:32, and 3:46. And this last one, we'll take 5 of them in about 3 minutes and maybe 35 seconds. So that's getting them in bunches.
That's going to be John Applenap coming in to play goal. So the other Applenap brother will get in the game here with Massena leading 8-0, 10:19 left. And Tommy Bassell played very well, especially in the second period. Now, granted, Massena scored 3 goals, David, but they had, how many chances did they have? 1 on the goalie.
Exactly.
And you can't blame Bassell. You got to blame the Canton defense.
Well, yeah, that's been, the Raiders felt they probably could exploit that. And to me, besides the big difference tonight, the Raider defense, standing tall and not giving that second. Canton had that first opportunity. They didn't get a second opportunity. And at the blue line, they're having trouble getting by the Raider defense. Massena not playing the puck, playing the man really well, leaving the puck for the back checking forward. On the other hand, Canton trying to take away that neutral zone, but doing it ineffectively, and the defense getting caught flat-footed, and the Raiders just waltzing right around.
Off the face-off, Cameron's got Kellison, tries to slide it through, doesn't quite get there, and the puck bounces in the corner. Mark Tayo after it. Here's Tayo. Gets knocked off the puck by 2 Canton players, back to the point. Gets by Barkley, and back into the zone. Barkley goes after it, controls it. Here's Barkley in behind the net now. Massena zone, rides it around the boards for Kellison. Freddie trying to get it back to the point, but it's still in there in the corner. Now it's Jason Labarge with it. Labarge being forechecked, stays with it. Flips it, doesn't get it out. Green shoots it. Goes right across the slot. But Barkley is there to steal it out of trouble. We have a whistle. We got an interference call against Massena, I believe. Barkley's going to get the gate for interference. So
I can't comment on it, Jerry. I was looking the other way, but it is Aaron Barkley who's going to get the call, and it is an interference call. You got it right, and the Bears will have a power play for a minute 30 with 9:43 left in this hockey game, and the Raiders up by 8.
8-0 to score on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Out there will be Eddie Fay to take the face-off against Trevor Cameron. Cameron wins the draw and kicks it ahead to Sebastian Bergeron. Bergeron takes it across, trying to feed Cameron. Bounce pass, Cameron going after it in the corner. Cameron gets tied up. There's going to be a penalty on Canton. A cross-checking call. And again, Cameron is so hard to knock down that Canton had to resort to a penalty to get him out of the play.
He's just like a Brahma bull when he goes in there. He's all arms, legs, and as you said, he's tougher than a sequoia to knock off. You need an axe to knock him off his feet. And Chris Appleknapp, after he and his defensive mate took him into the boards, hit him from behind to pick up the penalty.
Off the face-off, out to center ice. Here comes Danny Bullock. Bullock has it poked away, comes to Levac, feeds Cameron. Cameron trying to get by the D, just missed it. And the puck dumped back to the Massena line. Bergeron ahead to Cameron. Cameron trying to leave it for Levac. Levac takes it across, looking for the trick, goes to Cameron, has it poked away, back to Collins at the point. He winds it up. The save made by Appleknapp as he does it the first time, and down the ice the other way comes Eddie Fay. Here's Fay busting in on Collins, has the stick lifted by Bergeron, gets a weak shot off, doesn't even get to net as Bergeron picks it up there. Here's Sebastian, stick handling it, looks to headman Cameron, it hits his stick, but it goes right in on Appleknapp, and he flips it out to the blue line. Canton coming back the other way. Here comes the Golden Bears, and across the blue line, it's Mike Bushaw, his shot, and Cullen has to make a good save. In the corner, Parcells. I was going to say we haven't seen him in a while. Of course, he got that major penalty, but now he's back out there. He looks to center. It's knocked down in front by the Raiders. Bergeron moves it ahead. Or that's Cameron. Now it's Trevor Brown gets... Now, that was Green who knocks him down. In behind the net, it's Danny Jacobs. Jacobs gets the back pass in behind from Green, wraps it around the boards the other way. And now Massena gets a man back, and they got a mini power play here. John Paul Beauvais out there for the first time tonight. He stick handles in his own end, loses it, gets it back to Trevor Brown. Brown turning it the other way, takes it across, stick handling, drops to Freddie Kellison, goes to Labarge. And now Massena just passing the puck around. Here's Jason, steps in front, looks to backhand, forehand, the shot, and he fired it wide. Kellison the rebound, and it's blocked. Here's Freddie Kellison in behind, looks to wrap it around, bouncing in front, they jam at it. Where's the puck? It's in a big pile up, and finally the whistle blows. And Appleknapp, I think, sat down on it.
I'll tell you, the Raiders are buzzing around that Canton net like bees around a hive, and they're just all over the place, moving the puck here or there, and young Mr. Appleknapp knows, even though he's only going to play 7 or 8 minutes, he'll be tired by the end of this game. We mentioned that scoring blitzkrieg by the Raiders, those 5 goals, if our math is correct, Jerry, I think something like 3 minutes and 39 seconds in that here in the third period.
Off the face-off, the puck goes to Freddie Kellison in the corner now. He gets tied up but gets it free to Hewlett. Hewlett back to Kellison. Freddie's had a good game tonight. Back to Bover at the point. He cranks it up. It's blocked. Comes right back to him. Bover again now stepping in the corner. Ooh, he got tripped up. The puck comes in, and there's going to be a penalty in front of the net. And the net was knocked off its moorings. And are they going to ride them both?
I don't think so. I think the Canton player, Mike Hewlett's coming like he acts like he's got a penalty, but I think it's on Canton. Nope, he's going to call one.
Ooh, interference on Hewlett. And a high stick on Canton. Okay, there we go.
Andy Crow took Mike Hewlett into the, that's the one I saw, and I saw the hand go up then, so evidently Mike Hewlett's penalty came later.
8-0 Massena on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 7:22 left in the third period.
In this situation, Coach Randy Brown is just waiting. Wants that 7:22 to get off that clock. This is a good club, excellent club, and there's certainly not 8 goals difference between these two. But
off the face-off, the puck controlled by the Golden Bears as they just try to move it out to center ice. Comes to the Massena line, poked ahead. Trevor Brown takes it across, has it taken away. Back out to center ice, Jason Labarge. Here's Labarge with Bover. Backhand pass goes to Brown. Trevor with it, looking. Stick handling back by the blue line. He's going to go to Bover, who goes up to Freddie Kellison. Kellison has it poked away, goes back to Bover. Here's John Paul with it, flipping it ahead for Trevor Brown. Brown takes it across, right to the middle. Here's Brown, can't get the shot off. Now he does, a weak shot, and the save by Appleknap. Thad Green picks it up in behind the net. Here's Green with it, trying to get it out to center ice. Flips it ahead. In the zone come the Canton Golden Bears. And I got to find out who that is. He's not even on my lineup here. And that was Carl Kotz, seeing his first action of the night. As the Raiders clear it to center ice, Freddie Kellison has it bounce over his stick. Coakley picks it up. Coakley gets the shot off. It's deflected right on, and Cullen makes the save and leaves it for Labarge. Going in after it is John Fay trying to center, but the puck knocked away. And the Raiders try to come up with it. Freddie Kellison flips it back to the point. Coakley shot, good save. That may have been off the net, but we'll call it a good save as the puck comes in front. But the Massena defense covered up, and here comes Kellison. By one. Kellison, he gets impeded by Coakley, and the puck comes there to Danny Jacobs. Back out. Here comes Massena's Levac looking for the trick. Gets by the D. Levac shot. He fired it wide. Oh, boy. And we're going to have a whistle as the puck gets tied up in the mesh. What an opportunity for the hat trick.
Boy, is he looking for the trick. As you called it, he's upset with himself. He went by one and by two and right in on young Mr. Appleknap and had him sitting back in his crease and could have picked either side, and Brian just hoisted it wide to the right. He's upset with himself because he does. He'd been up the first 12 games. He hadn't been on the score as far as a goal scored. He had 6 assists prior to tonight, but he's got 2, and he wants that third one.
Jake Morris back out there. Of course, we haven't seen Jake for a while as the Massena first line has not gotten much ice time lately, obvious reasons.
This is what happens when you get up 8. You get those third and fourth units get a chance to play a little bit more. But
actually, Massena, though, pretty much going with 3 all the time. But
yes.
Here comes Bergeron across the blue line. He gets run into and has to go back outside. Todd Collins dumps it right back in the corner. In behind the net is Thad Green. Green now moves it out, flips it, goes to Danny Bullock. Bullock lifts it, gets it out to center ice. As Cameron's waved at it, couldn't quite get it, bounced over his stick. Now it comes to Brian Levac. Levac flips it ahead for Cameron. Cameron gets tied up along the boards. Stays with it, though. Now it's taken off his stick by Brian Wallace. Wallace's pass intercepted Bergeron. He drops it to Collins in the Massena zone. Collins just flips it ahead. And Bergeron picks it up by way of Jake Morris. Here's Morris. Jake across the blue line feeding Cameron. Here's Chris in behind. Oh, nice save by Appleknap. And Cameron says, oh, no, I want it back. As he tried to go around, Appleknap came up and dived on it with a vengeance.
Excellent save by Mike Appleknap. Chris Cameron sent in on a beautiful pass coming down the right side, beat the defenseman, went in one-on-one with Mike Appleknap and looked like he had him beat to the backhand side, but Mike stuck that toe out there and was able to make the save.
The Massena passing game has been the best we've seen it this year.
It's been super.
Out to center ice. Here come the Canton Golden Bears. Moving down the ice is Geddes. Has it knocked off his stick, and Jason Chilton picks it up. Headman Eddie Davis, a little bit too far. The puck bouncing in the corner. Jason Labarge after it. Labarge flips it in behind the net. Chilton throws a check. The puck comes free. They jam now. In behind. They're tying it up again. Adam Morris is in there digging for it. It finally comes out. And here come the Golden Bears breaking out to center ice. And we're going to have a penalty on Morris for hooking.
And he's going to
get up a misconduct.
You could see that coming. You could really see it coming. You can't do that, and I think possibly the official might even been looking for that. Adam has protested before in a couple of minors, and that time when he picked up the minor, he called him for hooking or holding. Could have had either one coming back, and Mike St. Louis turned and looked, and as he protested with the stick up in the air, the officials don't like to be showing up like that. Boy, he didn't waste any time putting the hands on the hip. So
Trevor Cameron will be out there to kill it off, along with Eddie Davis. And John Paul Beaubear is going to have to come over and serve the minor portion of the penalty. Of course, Adam goes to the dressing room because of the misconduct, 7.5. The game won't be that long. Off the face-off, it comes to Barkley, who pumps it, doesn't get it out, but Trevor Cameron is there, moving it out to center ice. Dumped right back in the Massena zone, in behind the net. Dougie Cullen leaves it for Barkley, who rides it around the boards. Back to the point. Coakley tries to keep it in. Davis goes right by him and pokes it down the ice. A foot race for it. Brian Wallace gets there, flips it to the blue line, but Trevor Cameron has it kicked away. Back the other way. Here comes Johnny Fay with a minute left in the power play. Fay centers it, but Cameron is there to intercept it as Labarge went right after him. Now the puck in the corner. Back to the point. Coakley loses it again. Davis goes after it. He's got it this time. A 2-on-1 for Massena. Davis and Cameron. Here's Davis. The shot. He fired it wide. Puck rides the puck boards back to the blue line and out to center ice. And Canton's Johnny Fay comes back the other way. Massena up 8-0 with 3:38 left to play. Here's Davis again, breaking back the other way with Trevor Cameron. This time he's going to flip it to Cameron. Cameron in front, and he flecks it just wide. Cameron again in front. The backhander, Applenap makes the save, and Cameron ends up on top of him, and we'll have a face-off as the net gets knocked off its moorings. Trevor Cameron getting up off goaltender Applenap.
Again, Eddie Davis that time electing the time before he went in on the same situation, elected to shoot. We had Trevor Cameron as a line mate. He used him as a decoy. This time the same pair broke in, and Eddie made the good move. He faked the shot and put it right on Trevor Cameron's stick, rolled off the blade. Trevor picked it up off the back dasher and walked right out in front and let go a backhander, but Mike Applenap was equal to the task.
26 seconds left in the minor penalty to Massena. 3:27 left in the third period. It's 8-0 Raiders on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Face off right side. Canton zone off the face. The puck bouncing. Mark Tayo with it in the corner. Tayo gets tied up, and Chilton comes in to help out. They jam for it. It finally kicks free to Jeff Butterfield. Oh, he loses it side of the net, and Applenap had to be quick again to cover it up. So it's going to be Massena with another shot at Potsdam tomorrow afternoon.
Well, I think the Sandstoners will relish that task, and I know the Raiders certainly will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think they've been looking forward to this. Off the face-off, everybody was hoping. We got a penalty right off the draw. And I think it's going to be on Jason Chilton.
Yeah, Chilly's going to get a...
Wonder why they blew the whistle. Canton had the puck.
And he's going to call him roughing, Jerry, and right off the draw, he plowed into the Canton player. And this is kind of,
play out the string.
And both sides are guilty of a few infractions here that I'm sure they're not going to love to hear the coach when they get in the locker room about. And this sometimes happens in a game when there was, built up, and with such intensity in that first period, and it's gotten out of hand score-wise. So both clubs laying the lumber on a little bit here.
Off the face-off, Collins. Canton with a two-man advantage for another 4 seconds. Now a little pushing and shoving right in front of the net. And I don't think anything's going to come of that, as Todd Collins and Andy Crow were mixing it up a little bit. Now they are going to call him.
Okay, well, they've called it pretty tight. Again, when you get, sometimes you call it tighter in a blowout than you do on, when it's a real close ball game. And they can't let anything go because they, as we mentioned, both clubs coming in with a lot of emotion, and Canton getting their socks blown off here in this third period. And we know how that feels, and they're a little frustrated. And, of course, when they get a little extra jab in there, the Massena players take exception, and they put an extra jab in. So both teams are guilty of
Jake Morris takes the face-off, wins the draw, and flips it in the Canton zone. and Massena will get a man back. No, they won't. They have to wait for a whistle. So Massena's got to touch, or has got to force a whistle here to try to get a chance. Here's a chance for Canton. They get a shot off, but it's blocked by Brian Levac. Here comes Levac. Uh-oh, here we go. Brian Levac racing down the ice. Gets by Green, is taken out of the play. The puck slides right in, and Appleknap steers it in behind. And the puck dumped all the way back out to center ice. Here's Jason Labarge with it, dumping it right back in the zone. We're down to 2.5 left to play here. Massena up 8-0. So the Golden Bears will play the Northwood B team in the consolation tomorrow at 1:30. Massena Potsdam in the championship. Jason Labarge throws a check. Jake Morris picks up the puck. He circles, starts back the other way. Here comes Jake with it by the D. Goes by Coakley, and Coakley takes him out of the play at the last second, and Green picks up the loose puck. And that time the defense played it right. First time in a while.
He was flat-footed. He caught a break there. Jake had him flat-footed.
In the corner now, Danny Bullock after it, flips it in behind the net, and Brian Levac, and he flips it to the blue line, kept in at the point. Here's a shot deflected in the corner. Going after it, Levac with 7 seconds left on the Massena penalty. In the corner, it bounces up over the boards, and the faceoff will move outside the zone.
Captain Jason Labarge has
he's had a heck of a game.
Had an outstanding game, and in fact, this whole Raider defensive core have been really strong. That's been the big difference tonight. And they've been led by number 22, Captain Jason Labarge. He's just been a tower of power out there, no question. And
the other player I think that really came to the forefront is Jake Morris tonight. He has been awesome out there.
He has. He's got several gears, as you all know, and I think he found another one tonight.
Yeah, we saw the overdrive a couple of times.
The overdrive.
Tonight. Off the face-off now. Face-off just inside the Massena zone. Chris Cameron with it. Trying to go to Aldis. They tie it up in the corner. Aldis gets knocked down. The puck back to the point. And face-off will come inside the zone. For what reason, I don't know.
I'm not sure about that either. But we're down to 132, and it really is dragging here this last few minutes. A lot of whistles, a lot of penalties, a lot of offsides and puck up in the stands. As you mentioned, the Raiders will be in the championship going against the Potsdam Sandstoners tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock, and that'll be an exciting hockey game.
Face off right side, off the draw. The puck comes to the Raiders. They move it out. Here's Mike Hewlett. Hewlett's got Tayo. Goes by Tayo, falls down. The puck underneath him, gets the Tayo. Right in front, the shot, the save. And Trevor Brown ends up in the net. And the net goes way off its moorings, and we'll have another stoppage of play here and a face-off as soon as they straighten it out.
It's amazing the agility of some of these athletes. Trevor Brown, he had to have good agility because Mark Rose drilled him from behind and took him right into the net. And Trevor was agile enough to get his hands up, or he would have been decapitated by the crossbar.
Brown will take the face-off, showing no ill effects.
Tough.
Off the draw, puck in the corner. To the blue line, Tayo throws, he just threw a nice check. The puck comes out to center ice. Here come the Golden Bears trying to move it in the zone. That's Mark Rose, loses it at the blue line to Hewlett, has it poked away. Mark Tayo is there to pick up the loose puck. Here's Tayo stepping by one, flips it to Hewlett. Michael, the big drive, he fired it wide. Puck whistles around to the point, Barkley dumps it right back in the corner. Hewlett trying to throw a check, the puck eludes him, and Canton comes back the other way as we're in the final minute. Raiders lead at 8-0 here. The puck kicks free to Aldis rather. Here comes Aldis, ahead to Hewlett. Hewlett trying to flip it into Kellison. Kellison's centering pass goes back to Barkley at the point. His shot, the glove save made. The puck comes down in front. Back to Aldis at the point. He's going to get the drive. Oh, what a glove save by Appleknap.
Oh boy, young Mr. Appleknap showed us a lot. That quick left hand. Chris Aldis danced in uncontested from the blue line, and he was probably 25 feet out, and he's got a cannon for a shot, and he unleashed one, and it was labeled for that top left-hand corner, and Mike Appleknap, bingo, out came that left hand. Great save. He's only been in here for a half a period, but I'll tell you, he's had his baptism.
Yes, he has. He's made some great saves. In the corner, with 27 seconds left, the puck controlled by Geddes for the Golden Bears. The head man of the Massena line, Aldis is there. Breaking it ahead for Kenny Kellison. Nice pass to Hewlett, poke checked away. Puck comes out to the blue line and gets the cross. Kenny Smith with it, drops it back for Aldis. Massena gets on sides. All the shot from center ice. And the save is made. Green with it there. Flipping it around the boards with 3 seconds left. Here's Aldis with it. In for Kellison. And that's going to take care of it right there. The Raiders show why they're the #1 Division I team in the New York State with an 8-0 victory over the Canton Golden Bears. And I don't think I can fault anybody on the Raiders. They played pretty well to a man tonight.
They played super, and a very even first period of hockey. Both teams up and down, although the Raiders had a few more shots on goal. But I'll tell you, after that, after the 3-minute mark of the first period, when the first goal was scored, it was all Massena. And they really came to the fore tonight. As you mentioned, a highly touted game, 2 fine hockey clubs, #1 in their respective divisions. And we have a little pushing and shoving here down here. Rob Purcell showing a little bit of
frustration, perhaps?
I guess. He just pushed one of the Raider players, but his teammate, Mark Rose, put his arm around him. Come on, Rob, let's go. And, of course, they were riding high, undefeated, and had a great feeling. Coach Randy Brown said the club really responded to being undefeated. And when you come in and get your socks blown off like this, it's kind of humbling. It'll take them a little while to adjust to that.
So, again, the final score, the Massena Red Raiders 8, the Canton Golden Bears no score. Stay tuned for the post-game show.